welcome to the Tuesday Night Remix Show. Wait, the Missing Elements Remix Show. Ooh, I forgot my own title. Sorry. Coming to you live from the Missing Elements shop here at 1018 East New Circle Road, Lexington, Kentucky. 40505. That's suites 112 and 114. Hey. Hope you guys are having a great beginning to a wonderful week. Yes, it's cold outside. I am excited. It is cold. And they are saying we're going to get snow. Last time I heard, we are supposed to get up to 6 inches of snow. That makes me happy.
That makes me sad.
So, who knows what we're going to get? I won't believe it until I see it. So, announcements. Central Kentucky Mystical Market is December 20th from 11 to 6, and that's at 1165 Center Parkway here in Lexington. It is their Christmas show. So come out, enjoy the vendors, and grab some last-minute gifts. Well, not technically last minute, because the 24th will be technically last minute. That's usually when I do my shopping, because I really hate this time of year. Sorry, but that's just me. But I know Spirit Mechanics will be at the Mystical Market. I will be at the Mystical Market. And speaking of me, all of December is sound healings for half price. That is $15, guys. Come to set up an appointment. Come to the shop. Come see me at the market. The price is $15. Also, I do offer gift cards. And the prices of the gift cards are 1 visit for $25, 3 visits for $75. Hi, Ryan. I know snow makes my truck driver friends sad. I know that. Because all these rest of these drivers don't know how to drive. But 1 visit for $25, 3 visits for $75, 5 visits for $125. That is the gift cards. And they all are a discounted price of what the prices will be if you just came individual. So, I had something else and I totally forgot what it was. I had another announcement and I totally forgot what it was. Okay, I read someplace that if you forget what you're going to say, that means the ancestors are trying to protect you. So evidently I wasn't supposed to say what I was going to announce. No. As my producer was just telling me that I need to announce my podcast that me and my friend Jacob started doing last night called Beyond the Creaky Door. We do have a Facebook page there, Beyond the Creaky Door. We've set up a TikTok. We have set up a YouTube channel. And we are working on setting up an Instagram. So, that's it. I am now doing a paranormal show called Beyond the Creaky Door, which is totally fun. I love the paranormal. Speaking of paranormal, guys, be on the lookout because I know the Spirit Mechanics should be offering a paranormal class coming up sometime soon. So be on the lookout for that. Also, their 200 series of energy work class is coming up in January, I do believe. I know they were talking about doing it this month and then they canceled it because Spirit Mechanics normally take the month of December off, like the whole month. So they need a break. So I'm going to push the mystical market before I start my show. Because, guys, the mystical market is awesome. You can get a lot of cool gifts there. I have a friend, and I hope the camera could pick this up because I picked the brightest one up I could find, called Rocky Hounds. These ladies are wonderful. Podcast is exciting. Yes, it is exciting because I don't know what I'm talking about half time, Ryan. You need to go watch it and tell me how bad I did. So Rocky Hounds. Rocky Hounds has a bunch of different stuff, but they mainly work with raw materials, like this little lovely piece here. And I can't see what I'm doing. I love this lovely piece. Most people do not like this piece when I have it. I forgot to pick up my fork, but it's loud. This piece is actually called silicone, and I love it. Who knows? I might have to do a show on this stone because this stone is lovely. But also the other stone vendor, and I do not have a sample of her work because I forgot to pick it up, is Druzy Does It. Both of these crystal vendors are awesome. They have exciting stuff. They've carried Rocky Hounds carries the raw, Druzy carries the polished. They both carry like jewelry. So yeah, they work. If they can't get what you need, they will see about ordering it for you for the next market. There's also another crystal vendor there that's totally awesome as well, but I forgot her name. So I know of 3 wonderful crystal vendors that's going to be set up at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market. Also at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market, there is a group of young ladies. Their booth is called Sugar Leaf Crystals. They have crystals, they have jewelries, they have an awesome tic-tac-toe set. Speaking of Christmas, I would love a tic-tac-toe set. But you got to make sure that I don't have it, so I throw stuff. But these wonderful ladies also have these wonderful little plants. I love this little lady. She is so pretty. I'm going to have to take her and talk to the person, one of those girls, and be like, hey, am I doing something wrong? Because she's not growing. She's got 2 leaves. She started out with 1 leaf. Now she's got 2 leaves. And I don't see if she's growing anywhere else. But this group of ladies is called Sugar Leaf Crystals. Also, and I'm not sure if this gentleman will be here with his wife. His wife does a lot of crocheting stuff, which I had a piece of her work, but I gave it away to a friend because it was a D&D die. And you know, all of us D&D players like our D&D memorabilia. So, but this gentleman is Kentucky Frontier Knives. And guys, this would make any man happy. I got this piece, I bought this piece from them just so I have it to show off on live when I advertise for them. But this piece is absolutely lovely. It's all hand done. And this couple is absolutely wonderful. Also, at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market, there is a wonderful little couple there. And you know what? I totally forgot. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. I'm gonna have to get up and leave you guys for a second because I totally forgot one important thing. But I'm gonna introduce. I'm gonna talk about this other vendor first. And this other vendor is the Blue Lotus Apothecary. They do all these wonderful little incense smells. I have a bunch of them and I plan on getting more because I need more. But these smell wonderful and they burn for an hour, hour and a half to almost 2 hours. They are worth every penny that you pay for them. And they're made with love. That I do know. These guys are wonderful, but also they do stuff like these wonderful little candles. I really forgot which candle I have. I have not burnt it, but it smells wonderful. And if we can get a good look, it comes with like different stuff in it, like crystals. But they have a lot of little knickknacks. They have these things called witches bags, witches mystery bags, and tarot mystery bags. Those bags are absolutely wonderful. But now I'll be right back because I have the best part for the market. Sorry guys, I totally forgot it. My fault. You know what I'm getting, don't you? I totally glad I went and did this. Hi, Shelly. Now, one of my favorite vendors that I love working with is Plinky's Magical Creations. These guys do altar cloths, they do oils, they do teas, they do spritz, they do a lot of different stuff. And which, Ryan, if you're still on here, remind me at the market to get a bottle of Florida water. But one of the ladies that's in this group does these wonderful boxes. And okay, hang on. I gotta stand up. Up. I'm losing it. There we go. I can't show you all the great detail about it, but they do these wonderful boxes. This one, she actually custom made for me. She does do custom made orders. So if you go to the market and talk to her, she will help you come up with a design and she will make it for you. But she does all kinds of different works. Like this piece here, if I can get it to show. Nope, can't get it to show. But this one is an actual wonderful Egyptian piece. It's Anubis and Osiris, I do believe. But they do wonderful work. and they're lovely people all around. So, do I have any more vendors I need to talk about? Johnny Khan is a wonderful breeder. I'm not sure if Ken Boggle is going to be there this market or not, but I've seen an advertisement that they're doing a holiday belly dancing class. Not sure what that's about because I don't belly dance. But I might just go check it out and see if I can. Guys can belly dance just as well as girls can. I know how to take my shirt off and show my belly. So tonight we're talking about gift giving. Hence the reason why I've been pushing all these wonderful vendors, because these vendors are totally freaking awesome. Ryan says, thank you. We love you too, Tyree. Love you guys. Okay. I have a picture behind me of a bunch of Christmas presents. So, you know what? I vote the gentleman who's sitting across from me has got to buy me a Christmas gift that represents each of the Christmas gifts in the picture. So we're going to count those here in a little bit to see how many gifts he owes me. But this is the gift giving season. It is on us. We've got a couple of more weeks, guys. But there's more to it than just giving or receiving the gifts. So what's this all about? So, giving gifts is a fundamental part of the human interaction that offers profound benefits. Not just for the recipient that's getting the gift, but more often for the giver. Research across psychology and anthropology and sociology suggests that the benefits of gift giving fall into three main categories. First is the psychological benefits. For the giver, surprisingly, the person giving the gift often reaps more internal rewards than the person receiving it. I mean, honestly, that's me. I will buy somebody a Christmas present and point blank tell them, you do not have to get me anything if you don't want to. Just seeing the smile on your face is a present enough. Maybe a hug, but that's me. I mean, honestly, I like getting gifts, but I prefer to give them more than to get them. So second is the helper's high. Giving activates the reward pathways in your brain, releasing the feel-good chemicals like endorphins, dopamine, and oxytocin. I have no clue. But this creates the psychological sensation known as the warm glow effect. Next is the stress reduction. Studies have shown that pro-social spending money on others, is linked to lower blood pressure and reduced cortisol stress levels compared to spending on oneself. Excuse me? I mean, it doesn't help me if I go spend money on myself. I got to spend money on others? Huh. Darn. Okay. So in that case, guys, I want a 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We'll see how that makes everybody feel. But next is increased self-esteem. Being able to give makes us feel capable and abundant, reinforces a self-image of being generous, caring, and a valued member of a social group. Now, there's going to be a big difference here because it makes people feel this way, but How many humans out there give gifts expecting something bigger and better back in return? That's not what it's all about. That is not what it's all about. So, back to point. This also brings greater happiness. A study by Harvard Business School found that participants who spent a small amount of money on others reported feeling significantly happier at the end of the day than those who spent the same amount on themselves. So that brings us to the social and relationship benefits. Gift giving is a primary language of connection. It serves as a social glue that binds people together. Strengthening bonds, a thoughtful gift communicates that you see, know, and understand the other person. It signals that you have paid attention to their needs or desires, which deepens emotional intimacy. Reciprocity, reciprocation, and trust. In evolutionary psychology, gift giving is the mechanism for building trust. It initiates a cycle of reciprocity. I really can't talk tonight, guys. Sorry. Not necessarily the tit for tat, but a mutual acknowledgement of the relationship's value. It can also be an expression of empathy. The process of choosing a gift forces you to step outside your own perspective and think about what would make someone else happy. That's it, guys. When you buy a gift for someone else, you're trying to make them happy. So, and this exercises and strengthens your empathy muscles. It also bridges distances. For long distance relationships or estranged friends, a gift can serve as a tangible reminder of presence, bridging physical or emotional gaps when words aren't enough. Basically, what this is saying is your gift that you're giving freely to someone else reminds the person you're giving it to that you are there for them. It reminds them to pick up the phone and call you. It reminds them to reach out to you, even if it is just to say thank you. I mean, how many of us has gave a gift to someone else just to see them smile? Because honestly, that's all it is for me. But on the macro level, gift giving serves important functions for communities and the economies. They include redistribution of resources. In many cultures, gift giving traditions like charities are a way to circulate wealth and ensure that resources are shared among the community, preventing hoarding. Honestly, if you got kids' toys that's basically not destroyed, they're still playable, they can still be used by other children, donate them. Let other children have the same fun that your children have or had. It also provides economic stimulus. While economists sometimes argue about the deadweight loss of gifts being uh, dead weight loss of gifts, meaning gifts could be worth less to the receiver than the cost of to the giver. I totally disagree with that because there is the emotional value of getting that gift. Because the emotional side is more important than the money. And seasonal gifting drives significant economic activity for creators and businesses. And on that note, guys, remember, you don't have to go to the big corporations to buy your gifts. Small, family owned companies have just as many wonderful gifts as these big companies do, and probably better because the gifts from these small companies, like our vendors at the market, are sold with love. Like my friends from the Blue Lotus Apothecary and Plinky's Magical Creations. They make their stuff with love. I mean, honestly, what would you rather have? Go to Walmart and buy some toy for some kid that is just plastic and doesn't really mean anything? It may give them joy for a little bit. Or you want to go to a family owned business that has gifts made with love that someone may treasure for a lifetime? Hey, what can I say? But passing down heirlooms or the traditional gifts helps preserve family, history, culture, identity, and shared values across the generations. Now, this one, I will stand up and argue with anybody. I agree. The family heirlooms can be passed down from generation to generation. That means a lot to the family. That keeps the item in the family. But when you got items like Annabelle, that's a toy that needs to be locked up in a museum where it's at. Somebody gives me a toy like Annabelle, they gonna get smacked. Point blank. But researchers suggest that experimental gifts like concert tickets, a cooking class, or a weekend trip can often result in greater long-term happiness and connection than material objects. The memories shared create the relationship capital that lasts far longer than any physical item. That's memories, guys. That is memories. That is something that you can take with you for the rest of your life. Take somebody to a concert. Take somebody to something they want to go do or go see. 10 years down the line, you can say, hey, remember when we did this? Remember what happened? Remember when that singer sang that song on stage, how they performed it? That is more loving than any material gift. So we've talked about the giving. What about receiving? Receiving a gift is often more than just a transaction of material goods. It is a complex social interaction that triggers a cascade of psychological, physiological, and rational relational benefits. So, first, the psychological or physiological, whatever it is called. My brain's not working. Sorry, guys. Benefits the brain chemistry. Oh, now I got to sneeze. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what? I was talking about the Blue Lotus Apothecary. I totally went brain dead. Hey, Shelly, if you're still on here, drop in the link for your business because you've got kick-ass candles too. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an 18 plus show because you've got kick-ass candles too. I just never see you anymore, so I can't buy your candles and I can't really promote them. I'm going to have to come sit down with you one day and get some stuff so I can promote you guys. So I don't know if she's still on there or not, or she just jumped on here, said hi, and jumped off. But hopefully she's on here so she can drop her link. So when you receive a gift, your brain undergoes specific chemical changes that improve your mood and reduces stress. Of course, you get excited for getting a gift. The anticipation and act of receiving a gift triggers the release of dopamine. This neurotransmitter is associated with the brain's reward center, creating a sudden feeling of pleasure, excitement, and euphoria. Then comes the bonding hormone. If the gift is meaningful or from a loved one, your brain releases oxytocin. This is the hormone responsible for feeling of trust, safety, and social connection. It helps you feel closer to the person who gave it to you. Next is the stress reduction. So positive social interactions, including receiving a thoughtful gift, can lower cholesterol levels, the stress hormone, helping you feel calmer and more secure. But the psychological and emotional benefits, beyond the immediate chemical rush, receiving a gift fulfills deep psychological needs. Starting with the validation and visibility. A thoughtful gift, guys, serves as tangible proof that you are seen. That is what we've got to take into account here when we're buying gifts for people. Make sure that they realize that they are seen, that they are being heard. It validates that someone knows you well enough to choose something you like, which boosts self-esteem and creates a sense of being understood. And it also means that this person has the feeling of being valued. Gifts function as a physical symbol of your worth to others. Knowing that someone spent time, money, and effort on you reinforces the feeling that you matter. Oh, got something tickling my nose. It also brings the feeling of gratitude and positivity. So receiving a gift triggers gratitude. Studies show that experience gratitude is wonderful. Actually, it's linked to higher overall happiness, better sleep, and more optimistic outlook on life. So receiving also has its social and relational benefits. Gifting is a social glue that has held communities together for thousands of years. It strengthens the bonds and acts as a bridge between people. As I was saying before, the receiver accepting a gift is an act of opening up a connection. Gifts reinforce the between you and the giver. This cycle of reciprocal in sociology, this is known as reciprocal altruism. Reciprocal altruism. So receiving a gift often creates a healthy sense of obligation to give back, not necessarily materially, but through kindness, loyalty, or future support. This cycle keeps relationships active and balanced. So, gift giving is a shared meaning when you receive a gift that has a shared history, like an inside joke or a framed photo. It reinforces the narrative of your relationship, strengthening your shared identity. Gifts have practically and evolutionary benefits. From the evolutionary standpoint, receiving gifts has always been about survival and resource sharing. Gifts can also be a means of resource acquisition, as its most basic level. At its most basic level. So receiving a gift provides you with the resources like food, tools, or clothing you might not have been able to acquire on your own. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's why Mama and Daddy always bought us underwear and socks and put them in our Christmas stockings. Now I understand, because we can't go buy them ourselves. Hi, Jacob. Bye, Jacob. They also provide a social safety net in close-knit groups. Receiving gifts is a signal that you are part of the tribe. It assures you that you have a support system that will care for you in times of need. So, guys, this time of year, make it special. Make it a point to buy gifts. Make it a point to share your love. Let people know that you care about them. Let them know that you see them. Let them know that you hear them. I mean, honestly, it is a major benefit on all parties. The giver gets the benefits of giving somebody the gift that can make them happy. The receiver gets the benefit of being happy for getting the gift that can make them happy. It's all up to us. So, on that note, again, on December 20th is the Central Kentucky Mystical Market. And that's at 1165 Center Parkway here in Lexington. You guys have a wonderful night. Have a great rest of the week. Love you guys. And we will see you all next week.